Welcome to Saturday Morning Momentum, where we are going to be together for 2 hours as a community to work on aims, goals, projects, whatever you want to work on to make some progress in your life, personal growth, self-care, whatever it is. It will include 1 hour of focus work. We call this Power Hour. You're giving yourself permission to be powerful, to tackle these tasks that you want to do. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm Kat of Kat's Novel Adventures. I have tons of interests, but right now I'm focusing on reading and personal development. For anyone who is joining us after the fact, welcome. Please let us know what you got up to. I always love seeing what people are doing after the fact. It helps us also to know how people out there are using our Power Hour. I mean, we like that. We like seeing what everybody's getting up to. I am being joined today by my amazing friends and my accountability partners. And I'm going to turn it over to Laurie.
Well, thank you. So I'm Laurie. During the week I work, and I worked really hard this week. So I did not read a lot this week, but I try to read every day. And I'm also trying to move from overwhelmed to underwhelmed.
Love that.
Love it.
So I pass off to Jen.
Hello, I'm Jen. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Threads at Literary Love 123, where I read, discuss, and analyze horror through a literary lens. And I am also embracing my new obsession, which is junk journaling.
Ooh, yay.
Hi, everyone.
I'm kicking it to Liz. I forgot to kick it to Liz.
Hi, everyone. I'm Liz, and I'm all about retro-physical media and analog living.
Woohoo! So this is the A team for anyone who is new joining our channel. We are the amazing team. We're going to give ourselves that gold star. We're just going to tell y'all that right now.
And we miss Lee today.
Yes, we do miss Lee. Lee is taking some self-care time for herself,
Yes,
which we are very, very proud of her for doing that, because as women, I mean, I think there are men out there too, but as women, we don't practice enough self-care. I think sometimes we don't think we deserve it, but we do. When you feel like you need to be recharged, or you just need to take some time for yourself, you need to do that. You know, our friend Emily on BookTube, Emily and I are friends on Facebook, and she posted that she was ready to go to bed at like 6:30. And she says, I'm either old or lame. And I put a little message there and I said, you are not old or lame. I said, you're a teacher. You've taught all week long. I said, you're a superhero and you need to rest and relax. That's what you need to do. So, you know, I just think sometimes we feel like we can't rest or take the time for ourselves. And that's just not true. When you feel like you need to take that time, take it. You know, things will still be there after you take your little respite, for sure. So let's see who's in the house today. Elena, good morning. Good morning. She is doing well. Very nice. She'll be reading The Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham.
Oh.
Any of y'all heard of that?
Yes, I want to read that one. I think, is that the one, Elena, is that the one set in Chicago?
I wonder what genre. Do you know the genre, Laurie?
I think it's historical fiction, but let me not tell you all the wrong thing, because I'll put you down a mayor. I'll put you down a trail that you don't want to follow.
Right. Probably not even leave me any breadcrumbs to get back, huh?
Exactly. All right. Let me see if that is it. Oh, no, that's a sermon. Okay.
So Elena's also reading Stephen King, Finders Keepers. Excellent choice, Elena. It's a horror book. I will not be able to finish it because it is so big. Yes, well, it is.
Good from Stephen King, really?
Yeah, it does have horror elements, but it's more like detective fiction, detective mystery fiction, in my opinion, that whole series. But it's really good if you are a fan of Holly, which I will defend Holly.
Yeah,
because I love her.
All right, Black debutante, speakeasy manager, head of an underground crime syndicate in Prohibition era Chicago. I was
That's
right.
cool. That's cool.
And
So this is The Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham, if anybody is interested in
Yes,
that.
yay.
Good choices, Elena. I'm going to give you snaps for that. Sock is here. Good morning. Came in a little early to say hi. I'll be back after I get some breakfast. Excellent. Swank said, howdy, everybody. Happy Read Aloud Day. Well, happy Read Aloud Day. Is there another one? Because I know February 4th was World Read Aloud Day. Happy Ballet Day. Happy Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
Perfect.
Yummy.
Naomi is here. Hello, everyone. Glad to be joining this morning. We're glad that you're here as well. Laurie telling everyone good morning. Kathy's here. Good morning, all. Experiencing high wind gust in New York. Hoping not to lose power. I hope not. Have gotten lots done this morning just in case. Reading The Compound on page 258 of 289. You're so close. Finished the sprint. I hope so, too. And hopefully those wind gusts will calm down. We had some on, what day was it? Wednesday, I think, this week. They were almost up to 20 miles an hour. And it was like, it just made the day so much colder. I'm just like, oh. It's like, I want to go for a walk in the sunshine, but I also don't want to freeze to death. Jen said, good morning, all. Been up for a while now and already started my to-do list. Excellent. I'm ready to go. Hope everyone is warm. We have a freeze warning for wind and low temps here. Yes, Jen is also in New York, Kathy. She is a Staten Island girl. And Andy's here. Good morning, all. Good morning, Andy. Welcome. And Jen, happy to see you're back.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back.
Yes, we love when our Jen is back. And Alicia's here. Good morning, ladies. Happy Saturday. Just joining. Excited for the weekend. Excellent. Tina's also here. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, everyone. Krista, woot woot. Good morning, Snowy, Virginia. I have been up for a bit. Already DNF'd a book.
Yes.
Started another and got in a workout, ready for a motivational morning. Excellent, excellent. Love that. She's already got her gold stars in there.
She's been so diligent.
She has been. I will tell you, she has been. If you've watched a recent vlog, you know, she got a lot in. Even with her being kind of like confined to the house, I was amazed with how much, you know, she got done. But I could also kind of tell, and I don't know if Krista realized it, it seemed like she was getting some cabin fever. Like she was like itching to get out by the time the weekend was over.
Yeah.
Alicia says, what does the shield mean? What does the shield mean?
In the comments, it means that you're a high potential frequent commenter, I think. Is that?
Oh, I'm like, what is she talking about? I don't see a shield.
I don't see any shields today, but maybe I can't see them.
Well, you can't see things on StreamYard the same way that you can see it on YouTube. Yeah. It was sort of like when they started doing the numbers, like those XP number things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about because I can't see it.
Who knows?
And highs to Alicia from Swank. Mother Goose Librarian is here. Hi, new to your group. I'm Amy. Welcome, Amy. We are so happy that you are here. And speak of the devil or angel, depending on how you want to say it, is my Emily I was talking about. Just say hi. I am working tickets at a wrestling match. I'll be working and reading James.
I want to read that.
I do too. I've heard a lot of good things about James. Yes. So our Emily, I hope she got the rest and recharge she needs since she's back at school working a wrestling match. And Andy said, my power hour will be reading, working hard on my goal to get my physical TBR down by 60 books this year, down 7 so far this year. So hard breaking the habit of replacing as fast as I read. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to stop right there, talk about our week, and then we'll jump into intentions since we have some of our friends already doing that. How was your week overall, Laurie? How did you do?
I did okay. I think I just had to be focused and consistent and not just decide to flop on the couch and freak out. So we had to take our dog to the vet, and the big one, so the golden retriever. So that's always just so much. It's so heavy, and she's really struggling. So we're struggling with that too. But yeah, I just felt like everything was a lot, and that's why I'm trying to move into feeling like it's just enough. So we'll see how this week goes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, at first, I think it's awesome you're acknowledging it and then trying to work through it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, without like feeling defeated, you know, or giving up. Jen, how about you? How was your week this week? I know it was a little bit tougher than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rough week in a few different ways. Rena was homesick Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. She's better, and she did get to go back yesterday. And then I'm not going to be having self-care sprints again this Tuesday because my sister and I are driving over to spend the night with my dad that night. But that day we're going to the funeral home to go ahead and make all the arrangements for my mom's funeral. If you're new, my mom is in end-stage Parkinson's in a long-term facility on hospice. So we don't really know. I mean, she could live a few more months, a year. We don't know, but you know, her passing is inevitable. And so we just want to go ahead and get everything planned for her funeral.
Mm-hmm.
So that is obviously painful.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say much more about it now because I will cry. But other than that, last week I did do a few of the things that I had wanted to do. I got more books placed on my Pango shop, so check it out for new inventory. I also worked some more in my grief journal. I really have fallen into a rabbit hole of joy with junk journaling. That has just been an unexpected surprise for me. I heard people talking about it. I never thought I was interested in it. And then it just piqued my interest. And so I am really thankful that I found that. And then I actually was able to film a video, which will be coming out later on this afternoon. So bright spots in the midst of the pain and the difficulty.
Well, and you had a very successful, I think, live chat with Isabel on Thursday evening.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, for Isabel's book club book. I thought it was a really wonderful discussion. I enjoyed attending that. I think it's good that y'all are taking the steps now, Jen, when y'all have a little more clarity and you're not, I mean, you're emotional, there's emotions there, but as I'm sure Liz and Laurie can attest, you know, planning, it's different planning ahead of time as opposed to like in the moment of it, you know, or right in the aftermath of it. So yeah, I mean, our prayers and our positive thoughts and sending lots of love your way because we know how difficult that is.
Thank you. Like my dad's also like when we're over there, he already asked me because I am the oldest. It's just me and my younger sister. He wants me to get, you know, have my name on his bank account.
Yeah.
In case something happens to him or so I can, you know, help him make decisions. And I just feel like I'm not, I mean, I'm almost 51, but I feel like I'm not old enough to do this. Why am I, you know, why am I doing this? How am I the adult here? I don't want my name on there, but I'm a big girl and I got to do it. So,
well, the thing about it is you never think you're going to reverse roles with your parents.
Yeah.
You know, because your parents take care of you for so long and then they're there. Even in adulthood, your parents still play a part in your life as a parent in that, you know, and taking care. And so you never think it's going to be the reverse where you're going to have to take care of them. You know, in a sense. So yeah, that was probably one of the biggest adjustments for my sister and me, you know, when we had to help my dad out. And it's also the case, like, it depends on the roles of your parents. Like my mom did everything for my dad, you know, my dad, that whole year he was her caregiver. He learned a lot of stuff. Not that my dad can't take care of himself, but it's just, he was used to my mom making his appointments, used to doing a lot of things, taking care of all their financial stuff, all that. He never had to worry about it. All he had to do was say, when is my appointment? And my mom would have it on the calendar kind of thing. So that's been that, trying to teach my dad how to use the My Chart. It's like, Dad, I don't know how much easier I can make this for you. But the other day when I went to go see him, he's like, could you just please show me? And I was like, and so then when he's asking me these questions, I'm like, oh, so I have to have it all squished together? And I was like, yes. I mean, I don't know how I can make the letters any closer. So, I mean, you have to be patient with them because,
Yes.
you know, they're not in the same technological, you know, realm that we are. I don't even feel like I'm in the same technological realm as my own children, you know,
Right.
so I understand. And I know they have to be patient with me. So I have to be patient with my dad. But yeah, but we are always thinking about you, Jen, for sure. You can reach out anytime.
Yeah, find the joy. That's what
Yes, find the joy when you can. I will tell you, junk journaling helped Kelsey out a lot. She was going through some tough times too, and she got into it. It's very therapeutic.
She's the one who really got me interested.
Yeah, very therapeutic.
Yeah.
So Liz, how was your week?
Well, it was challenging for a variety of reasons, but as what Laurie was saying, I really did just focus on finding pockets of grace, both for myself and for other people. And that really did help a lot. Sorry, the wind is really going where I'm at.
I know it is. I heard.
I know. Most of my goals I did meet, which was great. But, you know, I guess I would only leave people with just find grace for yourself and others where you can, especially now. So, yeah.
That's very true. My daughter-in-law sent me, you know, they have a Ring camera in the baby's room, and she snuck a video to Lisa and I of her husband, my son-in-law, with the baby in there, and he was dancing with her and he was singing to her. And he would hate it. He never watches YouTube, I'm sure. He would hate it if he knew that we had seen that, but he does this all the time. He dances with her all the time, and she just laughs, and it's just the best thing. And I was like, this is my joy. This is my joy for the week.
Right. You take those moments of joy, and actually, you know, it's true. You can be in a season of grief or turmoil, sorrow, whatever your season is, but you can also find those pockets of joy, you know, throughout. And there's nothing wrong with embracing the joy. I think sometimes people feel like they can't be happy or joyful in the midst of something that is the opposite of whatever joy is for them. And that is not true. You can have those pockets. You almost need it in order to keep your sanity and to keep moving, to keep going.
Keep momentum. Yeah,
that's right. My week went pretty well. I got quite a bit done in my intentions. I'm a little bit behind in my reading, but as far as all my intentions for the week, I got everything checked off, which was good. I just was telling Laurie earlier, it's the days are just flying for me. It's like, how is it Saturday already? I can't get around how fast everything is going. And I think for me also, I have a lot going on, you know, from the 19th to the end of the month, that I feel like my month is almost over, just because once that hits, I'm going to be so focused on these 2 projects I'm doing that I'm like, oh, you know, I'm running out of time and I haven't really done my 26 for 26. I have to give myself, you know, a breath and realize that it's just a season. It's just this month, that it's going to calm down, and, you know, I'll get what I need to get done in the timely manner. So let's see. We're going to talk about our intentions. Andy took us off with what she was planning on doing for her hour. So just to say, she's going to be doing some reading here. Amy said that she's going to do some journaling and reading as well as some laundry. Excellent. Very nice. And Swank says it's National Read Aloud Day. So apparently there is a world and a national read aloud day, which I'm all for reading aloud to anybody. I love reading aloud, especially to children. I think it's wonderful. I read to Bailey aloud, my dog, twice this week. She listened to some short stories. We didn't give her any nightmares because I read out of my Haunted Bayou book, but she seemed to be fine. I also want to tell y'all that today is Laura Ingalls Wilder's birthday.
Oh,
It's her birthday. Elizabeth at Lizzie Faye Loves Books. She does a little short readathon to honor, you know, in celebration of Laura Ingalls Wilder. It's very short. It's from the 7th to the 10th, because the 10th, I believe, is the day that she passed. So I'm going to be reading some Laura Ingalls Wilder in those 4 days. Alicia's telling Swank hello. And then Alicia said, the shield is next to my name like a wrench, but a shield instead. Yeah, I'm not sure why, Alicia. I'll have to investigate that. Highs to Amy from Swank. And Carissa's here. Good morning. Good morning. Alicia said, my week was chaotic. Vehicles, roadwork crews, morning time pirates take over. I took over for the week. The house a little bit at a time. Yeah, you did have a chaotic week with the road work. Angelical's here. Good morning. And Carissa said, I didn't hit my goal of 10,000 steps, but I came very close. I think that I'm going to set that as my goal again this week. Excellent, Carissa. And you know what? You are at least walking. So that counts. This week has thrown me off. There had been so much snow and it's been very cold. Yeah. Very cold. And Krista said, oh, Jenna, I'm so sorry. Prayers for strength and comfort as you walk through all of that.
Thank you.
Right. Kathy said, hug and prayers to you, Jen.
Thank you.
Said, didn't do much last week, was in a weird mindset, but I'm not getting myself down about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. It's like, you can feel your feelings. I always say that, you can feel your feelings, because I think if you don't feel your feelings of sadness or anger or whatever it is, it doesn't do you any good. You can feel those feelings. It's just don't wallow in those feelings for an extended period of time, because that's what gets you in a bad, way. I always kind of feel like, feel those feelings, get it out, go for a walk, punch a pillow, whatever you have to do, but feel them. And Alicia said, my intentions for this power hour is to work on my channel additions. I'm creating a TBR game, Apothecary TBR. I like that name. I need to find my laminator to create the prompt cards. Excellent. And Alicia said, FYI, a shield icon or sometimes a gray check mark appearing after name on YouTube generally indicates that the channel is verified.
Oh, all right.
So that means you must be verified, Alicia. And Carissa says, it just hits different when you need to take care of your parent. My dad had knee surgery and there was a lot of stuff that he did. Yes. My dad is thinking he might have to have knee surgery. And of course, it's starting to stress him out, because when he did his other knee, my mom was alive. I mean, she was working, but my mom was alive. I went down a couple of times to help. So I think he's concerned, like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
All by myself. I'm like, well, you got to also be able to walk. So let's kind of cross that bridge when we get there, because you might not need to. So it will work out. We will do that. Hugs from our other Jen. And Carissa said, at least outside of the house. Yeah. And my intentions for this week are to tour apartments, finish my current read, and make progress on my cardigan.
Nice.
Okay, it's a lot. Tina said, I'll be decluttering for the power hour today. Excellent. Highs from Shannon. Made friends with the like button, just lurking as I got a busy morning. You are quite a busy bee, Shannon. You've got all these charming chats. You do your sprints during the week. She just launched a book. She's about to launch another book. She's in charge of creating a writing convention conference that is in June. I don't know how she does it. Swank says, I'm continuing ADHD for smart ass women.
Nice.
Patrons get a special symbol. Is it that? No, I don't have a Patreon, so it's not that. I think Alicia said, I figured the shield means we're protectors. Now, instead of being handy people with the wrench.
I like that.
There is no more offing people with the wrench in the drawing room.
Exactly.
Miss Scarlett now uses the shield in the kitchen. For this hour, coffee, update my reading journal. Excellent. And hi to Shannon from Swank, and hi to Swank from Shannon. And then during this hour, my big goal is to update my journals, get caught up in my reading journal, already behind in February, update my financial journal, and choose my monthly verse in my faith journal. Excellent.
Yeah.
That. And Alicia said, I like that, Shannon, about the shields. Right, Alicia. Okay, so what are your plans, Laurie? What are you planning to do?
I think I'm going to read because I have been reading so slowly on the same book for 7 days or more, and I just want to get it done. I was going to watch the Olympics and get some tidying done because I love the Olympics, but I just need to get rid. I'm done with this book already, but I need to be done with it.
Oh, please tell me it's not our group read.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's a book I already read before, and I think it just isn't hitting me the way it did the first time. But it's probably just me. I just want to get it done. Yeah, I've been slow.
Yes, and just kind of check it off for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Eleanor is just joining us, just waking up, so getting coffee, and we'll do some reading. Very nice. How about you, Jen? What are you planning to do?
I am going to structure my live discussion chat for Lagia tomorrow and send the outline to my mystery co-host who may be on this panel right now. And then I'm going to reread Children of the Corn because I'll also be recording a podcast episode with Jason for the SK Short Bites podcast tomorrow. That's his podcast where we talk about Stephen King's short stories in chronological order. And I've been a guest a few times, and I just love Jason. If you don't follow Jason at Jason's Weird Reads and SK Short Bites, you need to follow Jason. He's also an author. But I'm really excited to reread Children of the Corn and talk about that on the podcast. So tomorrow is going to be a great day. I get to talk about Edgar Allan Poe with one of my favorite people. And I get to talk about Stephen King with another one of my favorite people.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty awesome.
My power hour plan is spending it with Poe and King. I mean, hey.
Yeah,
great way
you can't get better than that. I mean, just speaking from personal experience.
Right.
How about you, Liz? What are your plans?
Well, I'm going to go make some banana and chocolate chip pancakes and then eat my weight in them. And then I'm going to come upstairs because one of the best things I did for myself last year was I took care of all my digital clutter. And I have a folder that I've started since work's resumed, and I just put all my screenshots in it. So I want to go through that and get that so I can delete it out and keep everything nice and organized because I don't want to go back.
I'm so jealous about how organized you are with digital life.
I need to hire Liz to come help me.
Yes.
Well, part of my issue is I have an email that I use for very few people have that email. Just because I use it mainly like when I order something or if I subscribe to something like a Substack or a blog or whatever, it goes to that particular email so that my other working emails are not cluttered up. I don't have to sit there and look through things. But I will delete whatever the day is, because if I let a day go, it's like it's hundreds of emails from people just bombarding you with stuff. Yeah. I never get past whatever that day is. And so I have all this stuff. And then I tell myself, oh, I'm going to read this. I'm going to read that. I even made folders, but then I forget that the things are in the folders. So I'm not really great with digital.
It's hard.
Keeping digital stuff, and same with my photos. I need to be better about that as well. Yeah. I am going to make my to-do list for today, which won't take very long. And I think I'm going to try to organize my office a little bit. I have a lot of stuff in here. I've got to figure out what to do with all these plastic balls that I get my little mini books in. And I think I'm going to put something on Facebook to see if a teacher might want them, an art teacher, a kindergarten teacher, somebody that might be able to use them for something in their class. Maybe they can make a craft out of it. Maybe they could put something in it like a mystery. Maybe they could use it in a center. I don't know. I need to do something. I feel bad about just throwing them away. It's just a lot of waste. So if somebody could repurpose it, I cannot think of something for myself. I thought about like having it to where I could send it to somebody. If I send them something, it would be something that could encapsulate, keep it safe. But it's like, how often am I going to do that? Like I have to think about storing that if I do that. So
That would
Anyway,
be great to make molds out of for teachers, like the art
Definitely
teachers to do the
good.
little molds where you do like the little scenarios.
yeah, I mean, I know, I mean, I have friends that I worked with, and I'm thinking, well, maybe somebody might be interested in it. And then also too, I have quite a bunch that if you needed a class set of something, you have it,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I'm going to work on. Naomi said that she's during this hour, she's going to plan to get some household tasks done and look at my time management tracker from last week. Excellent. I love time tracking. Jen said, oh, wow, it was a wrench until just now. It just all changed to shields after switching tabs. That is mind boggling for sure. Yeah, see, right? YouTube be changing things. Oh, yes, they're always changing things. And half the time, they don't even tell you that they're changing things. You find out after the fact. And Jen said, yes, I swear it was a wrench. I switched tabs to check something and switched back, and now it's a shield. Y'all just got more power. Yeah. And Jen said, I need Liz to come help me.
Same wavelength here.
And this is the first time I've noticed the shield. And Jellicle said, did you say banana and chocolate chip pancakes? Need recipe, please.
Yes, indeed.
I will. It's my grandmother's. I'll put it in the Discord.
Oh, yes.
Stormy says, hi, popping in to hit the like button. Have a great day. Same to you, Stormy. Good to see you. And good idea. Kat, you could paint them as eyeballs and use them for Halloween. Oh, that's true. True, but I don't need that many eyeballs. And yeah, that is what I'm trying to figure out too with the plastic book balls. Yes, Alicia's in the same predicament, and so is Jen at Pages in Chaos, because we're so obsessed with these little mini books. And then, the book balls could be gift card holders, maybe. That's true. I mean, there are things I think you can do creatively with them.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's like the storage aspect of it. So like I've even put them to where they're like this so that they take up less room.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm going to see if I can give them away. And if I can give them away, then I'll do that. If not, I got to come up with something.
You know, my littlest grand has they got her for her Christmas last year or a year before. It's a big like styrofoam little pool on the ground, and it's full of balls.
Oh yeah.
And she gets in it and she has her daddy bury her, so it's just her head coming out. She loves that. She'll just lay there for the longest time. It's the weirdest thing. But anyway, I was thinking you could probably like see if a daycare wants them for kids to, you know, if they're just plastic, the kids can play with them, or they could put them in a little ball pit.
Yeah. Yeah. There's got to be something that they can do with them.
I'm sure.
Know? Yeah. In my opinion, when people have packaging like this is just me thinking about this right now, they should have like ideas, like you buy and purchase it. After the fact, they should say, and after the fact, you can take these pieces and parts and bring them to your local recycling or XYZ. They could even have like different activities you could do.
Yes.
I can be like, look, we don't have anybody on staff we pay to say that. Maybe I need to come up with it. Molly says, good morning. Make it my to-do list. Hope to clean bathrooms and my bedroom. Listening to Warriors Don't Cry in honor of Black History Month. Excellent, Molly. Welcome. Yeah. Okay, so we are going to get our kitty cat up and running so that we can have our power hour. I'm excited about power hour today and getting some things done. So let me get our cat up. There we go. And we're going to start our kitty cat. Okay. Happy power hour, everyone. Welcome back. Whew. I was in the zone. I don't know about y'all. I got a lot done. So excited. Okay, let me get this kitty cat off of here. Okay, so how did you do, Laurie?
I did pretty well. I actually spent the first bit making or calling to have a prescription refilled, and that took me a minute because it's just a mess. But anyway, I got that done, and then I came in and read, and I'm 81% in. So God willing, I should be able to finish. But it's not a bad book. It's me. It's just me.
Well, do you think it's also because you have other things that you want to read and you feel like because this is a reread, you feel like you
Yeah, I think I'm mad at myself for buying it when I'd already read it, which I did, and then now just not thinking to myself, did you really need to reread this? No, probably not, but yeah. But it's fine. It's good. It's not a Krista book. Let me just say. I was thinking this earlier. I was like, how many times have these people hooked up now in this book? Like 6 times, maybe different things happen. Yeah. So not a Krista book, but.
Well, that's good to know because it's probably not a book for me either. There's a lot of hooking up going on.
Yeah.
Now, Laurie, if you've read the book before, would you DNF at 80% since you already read it?
No, because I can't remember what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that. I don't remember in the end what happened. It's very good, and it's kind of a good timing because it's set in the snow, and they're on mountains, and they're snowboarders, and it's Olympics, and I love the Winter Olympics so much. But yeah, it's just I need to find out what happened because
do you also think it could be timing?
Like, yeah, I definitely do. Yeah, definitely.
Because sometimes I think that's what happens with me. It's not so much I want to DNF a book. It's just that I'm not in the right mind space for it, or I have other things that I would like to read at that moment. And when you're forcing yourself to do something, it's not that you're not interested. It's just you just can't focus on it.
And I'm also reading the group read for the Mardi Gras readathon. I do this to myself all the time, and then I have other books I want to read, and the library holds come in. And so I think if I could just focus on one book at a time, I'd probably do better, and I wouldn't get so frustrated with myself.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying a reading calendar for like events and stuff, because that way if I can see when things are going to start and stop,
true.
At least try to, and I can have multiple books going on at one time depending on what the books are. Like I'm reading Haunted Bayous, it's a short story collection.
Right.
So I can read a short story each night, and get through the book that way. And then also be reading a novel. It also helps if I can have an audiobook going as well as a physical book with my eyeballs. That kind of helps too. Now, it doesn't always align perfectly for that, depending on if the library has my book on audio or not.
Right.
But at least you were productive. You get a gold star for that.
Thank you. And I made myself a fancy coffee. So there's that.
Fancy. Not just regular coffee, fancy coffee.
Fancy coffee. That's right.
How about you, Jen? How did you do?
Well, I only got a little bit of my outline worked on. I will finish it and send it to the surprise mystery co-host.
I'm so glad, because that surprise mystery co-host probably would really appreciate that.
I think so. And so I ended up mostly having to package books to ship out for Pango, which is a good thing,
I love that. I love that.
Good for you.
Yeah, then
that means you're making some money. You're making some
money. Yes. Clearing off my shelves, making a little money. It's a nice thing to do. And then I had to clean out the cat litter box, which took a while because let's just say they had been very busy while I was on chatting with you all this morning. Yeah. 2 cats. I cannot fathom how they make as much mess in that box as they do, but they do.
Yes.
Well, gold star because you had to go into the trenches with the cat box.
Thank you. Thank you.
How about you, Liz? How are those pancakes?
They were delicious, but I think they might have been ill-advised because I have something this afternoon and I'm already ready for a nap. So we'll see how that goes. But I got a lot of progress done on what I was working on too. So it went so
That's
fast.
awesome.
It always goes so
Yes,
fast.
it does. Especially when you start getting in the zone. That's the one thing I like about our power hour. It really does motivate me to like jump in on something that I've been kind of putting off.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I decided to do it. I mean, my to-do list took like 2 minutes, literally. But I made some progress. I need to finish it, like not just leave it the way it is. I mean, I did make a little pile of things that need to go somewhere else in the house. So I think that's the best way to do it too, is to make your where things have to be put and then just go do that. But I was amazed at how many pieces of paper and Post-its I had from like months ago with information on. I'm like, I don't need this anymore. So why do I have this still on my desk? And really, I think I used to do this when I taught. I never left my classroom in the evening with any kind of mess. Like everything was tidy and neat, and it didn't take a whole long time to do it. I need to be better about doing that at home here. I don't know why I'm like that. At work, it's like everything's nice and neat and orderly. But, when I'm home, it's like I don't treat it the same way. I guess I feel like, oh, I'll just get to it later. Oh, I'll just get to it later. And before you know it, I got Mount Everest pile, So anyway, I'm feeling good about that. Getting all of that stuff taken care of. So let's see how everybody else. Oh, also, I was listening to my audiobook while I was doing it. I could concentrate and listen, at the same time I was doing what I was doing. I have 46 minutes left.
Oh, good for you.
And before I post in our Gold Star section on Saturday Morning Momentum, I'm finishing this before I post in my Gold Star thing, because at least I can check this one off too, but yeah, it kind of got heated in there for a little while, like emotions are running high. In this part, but so it was really kind of, I don't know, theatrical, I guess. Okay, so let's see how our friends did. Alicia was saying you could make a snowman with them. Yeah, well, I would have like a million snowmen. I don't need a million snowmen. And Swank said, do the balls have a recycling mark? I'll need to check. I didn't ever notice that, so I'm not really 100% sure. And Alicia said, I don't think they do. I'll double check. And Jamie popped in. Good morning, Jamie. She's probably at work already. I'm glad she popped in. Swank said, I'm up to 37% in my book. Excellent. Gold star. And Krista said, I was so focused and still didn't fully get caught up, but made good progress. Spent most of the time on my finance journal. Have never been good about budgeting, but will make progress this year. I haven't been the best with that either, Krista. That has been one of those things where like I was good at certain points in my life and then not good, or I just didn't think about it. But budgeting is on my 26 for 2026 this year. So I haven't gotten around to it. You would think February would be, since February is my frugal February where I'm not spending, and it's finance. I should have called it finance February or whatever, but I can't do it this month. I can't really focus on it. So maybe March, because whatever my budget is, I'm hoping it'll carry on beyond 2026. I don't want it just to be like short-term thing. Jen said, I did a good amount. I switched laundry and folded, cleaned the upstairs bathroom, and worked on my book display project for the display case in my school library.
I love it.
Nice. I love that. Love. And Alicia said, I found my laminator. Good. Started laminating my cards and had an issue. Hubby stepped in after I was getting too frustrated and came up with a solution. Excellent. Yeah, you had to have somebody else come in and kind of ground you for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And Krista said, not a Krista book. Love that the thing. And Andy said, love how we define our book, not a Krista book. Well, it's true, because, when you're thinking about certain people and when you get to know what their tastes are, you get to realize, okay, because I do that. I'll ask people when they're reading a book. I'm like, do you think this is a book for me? And I always consult with Kelsey when it comes to certain horror books, because I'm like, do you think this would be okay if I read this book? And she's like, I think I would stay away from that author. And so I take her advice. And I've never, ever been tempted. Let me at least peek and see what the hype is all about, because I just know she knows, based just on certain books we've buddy read together. She even knew when we did a buddy read for a book she chose for Folklore February, she's like, Kat is going to DNF this. She is not. I was like, nope, I am not, because I agreed, because we're going to talk about it. How can you talk about a book if you DNF it?
That's
like,
right.
Yeah. So I had to take one for the team on that one. And believe me, it was a book that there were scenes in there where I was like, my eyeballs are now scarred for the rest of my life. I'm going to need somebody to sandblast the scar tissue.
I love that Kelsey's forbidden both you and I from reading Richard Lehman.
Yes.
Not that I wanted to read Richard Lehman, but she has forbidden.
Yes.
She
said, she's like, oh, do not read that. Do not, you will not like it or whatever. And I'm like, I trust you if you say that. And when I see so many people reading it, I'm like, really? It must not be that bad. I wouldn't think that person would, read something like that. But apparently, I don't know. It's not for us, Jen.
No.
Alicia said, I took over from there and finished, and all prompt cards are laminated. Did you get your Alicia, did you get your book covers printed? Because I know you were trying to get your book covers printed for your journal. Sock said, I had breakfast, read a little. I'm feeling very blah today. Oh, no. I hate to hear that. It's like so many people were sick. They got better. And now we're getting a second wave of people getting run down and sick. Molly said, Laurie, I totally understand. I have constant FOMO. So many lists going.
Yes,
it's really hard not to experience FOMO when you're in the book community.
Yes, it is.
There's so many great books out there. I mean, I'll be honest. I was thinking about this the other day. If it wasn't for BookTube, there'd be a lot of authors I don't think I would have discovered on my own, because I kind of stayed in my little encapsulated world of reading, because I have so much that just in my world and on my bookshelves that I could read that I would never have heard of some of these people unless I happened to like come across the book and they had a cool cover. I might have bought a cover buy or whatever, but yeah. And Shannon said, thank you for Power Hour. You are so welcome, Shannon. And Kathy said, finished the book I was reading, The Compound, switched laundry around and cooked dinner for later, pork chops and sauerkraut. Yum. Now I can just reheat at dinner time. That is awesome, Kathy. And Sock said, my nightstand is a nightmare right now. You must have dueling books, like pick me tonight. And Alicia says they do have a recycling mark, but it is PP, which for my area is not recyclable. Yeah, I've never even heard of that recycling mark. Krista said, I did update my to-do spinner wheel, so I am ready for the rest of the day. Excellent. I love watching her. She uses a spinner wheel, and also Alicia uses a spinner wheel. She hasn't used it quite as much as she did in the past, but it's just neat to see. And it's neat to see if she has the motivation to actually do it. I think my downfall with a spinner wheel is I would spin something and then I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
It's like would defeat the purpose. Jellicle said, I did not update my journal. I opened a book when I sat down with coffee and got so engrossed that I just kept reading. I think that's awesome.
That's right.
That's awesome. The book journal will still be there, Jellicle, but just the fact that you enjoyed your coffee, you got engrossed in your story, I think you needed that. Naomi said, I did some dusting, vacuuming, reading, and started on my time management tracker. Excellent. Love it. That's a lot to do in an hour.
Yeah.
Molly's saying to Krista, have you tried cash stuffing? It has changed my savings immensely. I've heard that. Cash stuffing does help.
Is that the one where you do like $1 and then $2 and then
no, this is like, I think where you do the Dave Ramsey method, where you get your cash and you stuff your envelopes according to what you're doing. Got like groceries, or you've got a fund for like you're saving to go on a trip, or whatever your envelopes you spread out to do. My mom used to do that pre Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey, yeah.
Yes, because when my dad was in the military, my dad got a certain amount of money, and she had to make sure she had enough for the different categories, and then what they had for discretionary funds.
Right.
And she had told me that was a method that she had used. So I just thought it was funny when Dave Ramsey comes on the scene and makes millions of dollars from his
from your mom. Yeah.
Well, you know how it is. People come up with things all the time, and then somebody else, points or whatever. But I did what you were talking about, Laurie, one year.
I did too.
I saved that money, and we used that to go to Universal the year Andrew graduated from 8th grade. Between that, it was that, garage sales, and a couple of, I think, like my freelance work and stuff. So nothing came out of pocket. I was so proud of myself that everything got paid from all these little, things that I did or whatever. So yeah, it does work. But I don't know how you are, Laurie. I only did it one time. I felt like I could never do it successfully again.
I did it 3 times, and then I had a little notebook with the plastic, things, and then the plastic things started to tear. So I ended up thinking, oh, I'll get some more, and I didn't do it. But I did it 3 times. So I also put mine toward a trip to maybe Disney and not Universal. And then one year I put it toward Christmas gift shopping. So I didn't have to, spend a bunch of money at the end of the year. And then I can't remember what I did the other. Oh, I think we went out to a restaurant like once a month or something until we ran out.
That's cool. That's so cool because you don't feel guilty about spending money if it's not your like budgeted amount of money.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Alicia said, yes, I got my book covers printed Thursday, and I already have a second sheet to print, hopefully today. Gold star. Sock said, I'm not stressing about feeling blah, though. Just going to do what I can and treat it like a mini break.
Yeah.
I like that attitude. And I like that you're not going to like push yourself when you're not feeling up to it.
Right.
And Amy said, I worked on some journaling, laundry, and got ready for the day. Woohoo. Love it. And Sock said, dueling books, empty plate that had cookies on it last night, bookmarks, 3 different drink vessels, only one of which is active. And when I'm ready, I'll do a quick tidy and see if that gives me some momentum. If not, oh well.
Yeah.
Oh, Alicia said they usually have a recycle triangle with a number 5, for example, and then underneath it will say PP, PET, etc., and that says if it's easily recyclable. Gotcha. Well, I'll put it on my list to post and see if anybody needs it. So hopefully somebody will. And Amy said, keeping things charged as we have negative 30-degree wind chill with negative 27 with risks of power.
I was going to say.
Yikes.
That's so bad.
That's hard.
Even North Mississippi, where Lisa's family lives, is so cold. They've had so little power. Krista's brother, I saw her post that she shared. Look, Krista, I was going to friend your brother, and then I thought he would probably think, who is this person? And why? But anyway, it's bad. These power outages are bad. And and one of her cousins had a wedding for their son, and they didn't think that was going to work. But those people worked so hard to get that to go and to get the lights on for that wedding. I mean, it's a small town, so they know each other, but we were so relieved for them. But we didn't go because, I mean, we just couldn't do it. Yeah, we just couldn't do it.
Which, speaking about Krista, if you are having sprints tomorrow, let me know what time you're having those.
Yeah, same. I have it on my calendar, but don't know what time.
Right. Alicia said, I did a spinner wheel the other day and got most of it done. Woohoo! Or you can use cash envelopes for sinking funds, things you're saving for Christmas, birthdays, home maintenance, etc.
True, yeah.
And Krista said, I may try cash stuffing once I'm debt free. Right now, all my extra is going to pay off debt. I am on track to be debt free by July, and that's the plan.
Yes.
Yeah,
great
for you, because that is going to be such a wonderful feeling when it happens. Molly said, I am not a Dave Ramsey follower, but yes, I have envelopes for different things I want to save for. It is shocking where I used to spend my money.
Right.
Yeah, when you have to write down, I think anytime you have to record anything you do, like if you record how you're spending your time, what you're eating,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where you're spending your money, anytime you write it down honestly, what you're doing, you really do, you're more honest with yourself about, like, you can't say, oh, I don't make enough in my paycheck. Well, what are you spending your money on? And
Yeah.
then when you see, and it seems like it's not a big deal, and this is my problem with the book spending, it could be $5 here, $2.50 there. Like, it could be little small amounts make it feel like you're not spending a lot of money, but when you totally add it up, it's a lot. And then you think to yourself, well, you know, I could have spent that $100 on these 3 other things that are more like necessities, whereas I just like threw it away just because it was like all these little incremental things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
When I saw Krista's video where she said she went down to only one streaming service, I gasped. It's like I just couldn't do it. Like,
well, I mean, but Liz has done that. Liz has literally gotten rid of subscriptions, streaming. Like, she is living an analog life.
I know. I'm so jealous, but I haven't gotten there yet. Also, I know Lisa's not there yet, but
yeah.
Well, but you know what I think it is? For so long, we lived an analog life. We 4 grew up with that.
yeah.
So you would think that it would not be hard to go back to that because we enjoyed our lives clearly prior to all of that. But I guess we've just gotten to where we really like it. So it's hard to, we have attachment to it. Let's put it that way. We have an attachment to it. And I think when we cut that attachment, we feel like we're cutting our arm off or something, you know?
Or something is like, for me with the anxiety that I have too, like I would love to unplug from my phone for, you know, a weekend or like we used to do. But the other day I was thinking about it and I was like, but Megan's pregnant. And while everything's going fine and I have no reason to think it won't, it's just like, no, I can't do it because Megan's pregnant. You know, and that's a belief in my head because honestly, she's doing great. Kicking and carrying on.
And you do know logically,
I know,
intellectually, that if there was something that happened, they would be able to get in touch with you somehow.
Oh, yeah. They would absolutely figure it out.
I just think, like you said, it's a belief that we tell ourselves, you know, it's a story we tell ourselves so we can stay enabled by whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's hard.
And Krista says, I so rarely have cash. Same, Krista. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I don't keep a lot of cash either.
Eleanor said, I've been listening to Wake and Hurst on audio, and the voice actor is excellent. I am jealous that you can get it on audiobook, Eleanor, because I can't get it at all through my library physically or through audiobook. So I'm so sad. Almost finished. Then we'll start the Little French Bistro. I always plan out my monthly TBR to stay sane. Yeah, I'm liking it so far because I have certain things that I need to read. And one thing too, I couldn't get the the Laura Ingalls Wilder book that they're doing for their group read, just because it's older. None of my libraries have it at all, which I was sad to see that. No ebooks, no audio. They're not going to reprint them, kind of thing. So I just got a collection of stories, like picture book stories that I'm going to read for that, which is fine. But I'm just amazed at, like, it would be so easy to try to buy it. Well, the good news is the only book they have for sale was like $90 something, which I'm not going to buy that because it's so rare. And then the second option is an abridged version. I'm like, I don't want an abridged version. So I was like, and I'm tempted with Wakenhurst because I'm like, oh, I want to support Kelsey. She's doing it for Folklore February, but it's like, I can't find it anywhere. So I don't know. Depending on when she has her live chat for that, if it's in March, I might try to pick it up at that point because I can spend in March. So we'll see. Michelle Paver is supposed to be a really good author. So
I loved Wakenhurst, and the other book I read from Michelle Paver, Dark Matter, was so good.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've heard. I've heard she's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't have anything by her. And I think that's some of the, like the library, the one library that even posted showed the audiobook or the physical copy was the East Baton Rouge, but they had the notify me thing. So I clicked on the notify me to see if it would come up, and, we'll see. I forgot to change our banner. Oops. And we're in here. So yay to Alicia from Krista. And now I lost mine. Alicia said, I'm on a debt-free journey too, and I think this year will be the year for my family as well. Excellent. And do you literally use actual envelopes to save the money in? I have. Like when I did my year of saving, I used an actual envelope. And I think most people do. I mean, for the Dave Ramsey thing. And Alicia said the small amounts add up.
Mm-hmm.
Krista says, I am having sprints tomorrow. Normally start at 7:30, which would be Eastern time, but have been starting earlier lately because I'm trying to go to bed a bit earlier. Good for you, trying to get that evening routine set. Laurie and I have Mardi Gras readathon sprints at 3. So
Right.
that's why I was kind of asking just to kind of see, because we're either going to do 2 to 3 hours on sprints. So I'm just trying to organize my evening.
Yeah.
And Alicia said to Amy, I don't use envelopes. I have sheets that attract the amounts added to that sinking funds, and it sits in an account. Oh, good, Alicia. I thought you actually used envelopes. And Kathy said, have to sign off and wanted to wish everyone a good week ahead. See you on Sprints, Krista, tomorrow. Bye, Kathy. Thank you for being here. And getting a YouTube premium account saves me money. I'm too easily influenced by ads and also aggravated by them. So it's win-win.
Oh,
that's a good point.
yeah.
Molly said, yes, one subscription. Speaking of, I'm putting together an analog unplugged bag this weekend.
Oh, I love it.
And Amy says, I'm reading Laura Ingalls Wilder picture books too. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. I love Laura Ingalls Wilder. So, and her story. Fox said a lot of people find that literal envelopes add a tactile element that helps make the savings feel more powerfully real. Yes. You just have to be disciplined not to dip into them in the event something comes up. That would be the one thing, is like you really have to be disciplined not to touch it. I see Jen's face like, okay.
I'd be like, but just I can get this little bit. Then I can put more back later. Yeah.
Right. What are your intentions for this week, Laurie?
Oh, I have written them down.
Yay.
All right. I am going to pick up my meds and make doctor's appointments for this week. For real. I'm so mad at myself. I'm going to pick up eyeglasses. I'm going to put the prescription in this afternoon. I'm going to finish 2 books. I usually say I'm going to read 2 or 3 books, which is true. I do, but I'm going to finish 2 books this week. I'm going to do Maker Monday with Krista because that was fun. And I'm going to hang curtains in my office because they've been sitting here and I haven't done that either.
Excellent. That sounds like a good week. And it's a nice variety of things. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. I like that.
How about you, Jen?
Well, since it's going to be a difficult week with having to do the funeral planning, that's, obviously one thing that I'll be doing this week. I don't know what else beyond that. I need to get back to cleaning and decluttering the office, but that might not happen this week. Other things that I am going to do this week, I'm going to finish reading My Soul to Keep by Tanana Reeve Dew, which I'm reading for the I Love Black Horror Readathon that Kelsey, not Kelsey from the Kelsey Nostalgic Life, but another Kelsey from
Kelsey Sweet.
Kelsey Sweet, and her channel is This Bookish Life with Kelsey, I think. But I'm reading My Soul to Keep, and I'm also listening to an audiobook for that readathon, A Phoenix First Must Burn, edited by Patrice Caldwell, and it's a YA collection of 16 stories. And I've decided to dive deeper into that because the stories really have a lot of mythology and folklore. So that also is counting for my folklore February, but just a lot of cultural ideas that we don't always hear about and we don't know about, because a lot of those stories have been buried by the predominant, Eurocentric type mythology. So this is a book that I'm going to extend beyond February, and I'm going to read 4 stories a month, 1 story a week, so I can then research and learn more about what inspired those stories. So I'm
I
really
love
looking forward.
that.
Yeah,
I
I'm
do
looking forward
too.
to learning more that way. And then on Friday, this coming week, I have a Halloween / Valentine's Day with my best friend. We're gonna get together and do some crafts and some snacking. And then on Saturday, I won't be on Saturday Morning Momentum next Saturday, but it's for a good reason. Tim and I have reservations at the Hawthorne Fine Tea. It is a gothic tea shop. They have gothic, like vintage books and decor
Oh, I
in
love that.
Daphne.
Nice.
Daphne, when you come, Kat, you must go. But they are doing a special Valentine's Day tea where you get a charcuterie plate for 2. You get 2 of their mini pots of tea, whichever tea you want. And you also get a pot of their specialty they're making that day, like passion boba tea, something I don't know, but I'm excited. And then you get like a tray of 10 mini desserts to
Oh,
share.
bits and bobs, bits and bobs.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay, this is going to be so wonderful. So that, Friday and Saturday give me something to have joy about when
Yeah.
the first part of my week is going to be difficult, and I'm gonna have a lot of grief, obviously. But
Right.
then there's the joy and the things to still look forward to.
Right. Well, you got to celebrate with your sweetheart, right?
Yeah. And Tim too.
Oh, that's so funny. I forgot about it. I can't believe I forgot about that. I didn't put anything Friday the 13th. I'm gonna have to talk to Barry. We usually try to watch a Friday the 13th movie. And then we like do like just junk food kind of stuff. Like we were like out camping or something like that. But I need to talk to him because that's gonna be his last day. He's gonna be going on vacation, once he gets home. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. How about you, Liz? What are your plans?
Well, much like Laurie, I love the Winter Olympics, but I'm also doing the thing where I'm not watching anything pre 1999. So I created this playlist of Lillehammer Olympic Games. So like the opening ceremony, all the Torvald Dean ice skating stuff. And I'm having a party with some of my oldest friends, like a 1994 party. So we're going to eat a lot of things that we shouldn't be eating at our old age, but it's going to be a good time. So I am looking forward to that.
Love it.
That is
I'm
amazing.
also doing a thing where I've decided I wanted to read my Sweet Valley High books to zero because I have them and I really am enjoying reading them. So I'm going to continue to work on that.
Good.
I want to do my taxes this week and get it done and hopefully get my money soon and put it in my high interest savings account so that it's all done and I don't have to think about it anymore. And I just have some career stuff that I need to do this week too, which was the not fun part of the week. But luckily there's enough fun stuff to balance it out.
Right. Yeah. I think that's good. It's a good balance. You got the yucky stuff so you can also enjoy the good stuff.
Exactly.
My week, of course, I'm going to be working on exercise and I'm doing body block 2, but it's going to be my week 2. I have dinner with friends planned on Monday night because we have to talk about our retreat the following week, like what we're going to do about, dinner and driving and all that kind of stuff. I'll volunteer at Friends of the Library on Thursday. I have some online things to do on Sunday, and then Folklore February sprints on Tuesday. So that's pretty much it. I'm pretty happy with myself. I needed to make an appointment with the accountant last week, got that on my books, and then I decided to get doctor's appointments done as well. The only doctor appointment I have to do is my gastroenterologist. And when I went to go pick up my medication, I'm like, that was going to determine when I make my appointment with my gastro doctor, because it irks me that they give you so many they give you a year to use your prescription. They force you to do the 90 days in order to get a cheaper rate on your prescription. At least that's not what my prescription, plan is. And so they refilled it, didn't know that they had refilled it, but like my expiration date is the 21st of April, and they refilled it on January 28th. But yet I can't use that last prescription because of the 7-day window, which I think is dumb. I'm just like, and it's all because of an insurance, insurance isn't going to approve it or whatever. So I had to wait to see when I picked up my prescription to see if I was going to have that or not. And that will determine when I have to make my doctor's appointment, so I don't run out of medication, right? So anyway, I think I have a pretty full week. I need to also start thinking about what I'm going to actually do on my scrapbooking retreat.
That's fun.
I didn't plan very well because I was thinking I could do my ABC adventures, like do a little journal for my ABC adventures in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of eyeing a little portable printer, and I can't purchase that in February. I refuse to do it. And there's also this sticker book, these sticker books that I saw on Isabel's channel. Isabel's the whole reason I saw this little mini portable printer too. So curses to you, Isabel, in a friendly way, for sending me down that rabbit hole. But anyway, I refuse to buy those sticker books also. So it might be more like planning my ABC Adventures journal and try to do what I've already, like set it up. And then I can put the pieces and parts when I do that. So it might be that instead of actually working on my scrapbooks. I don't know.
Somebody who cares deeply about you could order that printer or those stickers for you.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know, because I'm just like, to me, that's being like kind of manipulative in some way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no.
Someone said, "What do you want for Valentine's Day?"
Well,
there you go.
Well, I already had to, I already was bad and bought books that I wanted more so than I needed in January, and told my husband that's what he got me for my birthday. So I kind of feel like really.
Yeah, I got
it. So I'm trying to behave.
I know. Stop enabling you, right?
I'm trying. So we'll see. Maybe the wonder, the lust of wanting those items might pass. And if I wait.
That's
true. Just
true.
trying to see if I have discipline, y'all. Yeah. But then again, March 1st. But anyway, so let's see. Molly said, I live in Minnesota in the Laurel Ingalls area. Awesome. Big town of Mankato. They talk about. Awesome. Molly, have you ever seen Laura Ingalls Gunn, her channel? She is an ancestor of Laura Ingalls Wilder. She's on YouTube, and she is wonderful. Like, I've seen some of her things that she's done to talk about stories. And like one of the stories, I think it was Little House in the Big Woods. She actually made some of the items that they talked about having for dinner. And that was pretty cool to see how she made it like in our time, and then just learning information about that. But she's very like about that time period with like sewing and like her outside activities. It's very interesting, really interesting. And Sock said, my intentions for this week: continue with my countdown to Valentine's Day project, read a category romance every day and vlog it. Also keep me too busy to spend money. That's a good idea. And Alicia said, for this weekend, my intentions are to decide what the next project will be, my reading sprints, and clean up the house some more and declutter. Excellent. For the week ahead, I will get the kids' Valentine's Day stuff ready for their parties at school and the Epic Universe day trip with hubby on Valentine's Day, and finish my TBR game. Yes, that should be fun. A lot of fun. And Molly's intentions for the week are concentrating on Flourish in February, Taking myself on a lunch date today. Excellent. That fits in with Lee's.
Mm-hmm.
Lee's, what are we calling that? Focus, the monthly focus.
February, yeah.
Really planning my 7-day gratitude challenge and need positive energy. Excellent. I love that you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And Sock said, pretend that My Bloody Valentine is really a Friday the 13th movie.
Do.
Oh my gosh. And then Snackwell cookies, very 90s.
Yeah.
Do they even make those anymore?
Not where I am.
I don't think so.
And then Swank said, this week I have 2 3-day workshops, ADHD and thyroid, and 1 7-day fitness, and a sewing machine repair, and continue reading. Nice. Like those intentions. Krista said, this week I want to keep going strong with my 75 sort of hard, deep clean, organized kitchen counters, and hopefully get out for a walk outside with the warmer weather on Tuesday and Wednesday. Yes. I don't know about y'all, but it's not even like the other day. Like I could have gone for a walk outside. It was so beautiful and it was a nice temperature. It was like around 57. And that's not super cold for me to go for a walk, but the wind was awful, like literally to the point it makes you cry. I mean, and I wear glasses. So you think that would kind of buffer the wind. Well, it's the same today. It's absolutely gorgeous outside, but it's super windy. I don't know what the deal is with this wind. I don't like it
either. Ours seems to be better. I went out yesterday and it wasn't bad, but I'm looking at the trees out the window. I think we're good. I don't know why you're getting it.
I don't know. It's just weird. We didn't have it yesterday, but like today we have it.
Yeah.
Jen says, I'm going to work on decluttering my closets, desk, and random drawers in the house this week, in addition to working on my school assignments. Excellent. Jen is getting close, y'all, to wrapping up her curriculum, which I'm so excited. Alicia says, I need more discipline about not buying books and other things this month too. Yeah, well, that's why I do Frugal February. I've done it for years, and I just love seeing when I go to pay that credit card bill, because it's my credit card that I pay every month. Like we don't ever carry a balance on it. So it's just nice to have like a little respite. But, you know, like influence, and I don't know if I told you this, I informed Barry, because my husband and Andrew have that card also. And I informed my husband, and of course he's like, well, I might have to get a septic pump or whatever, a septic tank pump. I'm like, that's a necessity. I'm talking about you can't have any fun. And so I tell Andrew, and Andrew's like, well, I'm frugal every month. And I'm like, boy, I don't no fun. Like you can get your gas and you can get the things you necessarily need, but no Barnes and Nobles this month using my cards. Him telling me I'm frugal every month. Yeah, right. And so Molly, isn't Mankato also Betsy Tacy? I don't know. I have not. And thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, I really like her channel. It's very simple and cozy. The Laura Ingalls Gun. It's Laura Ingalls Wilder Gun, or that's how it is. But you should be able to find it. She was actually a guest at our book club meeting for the Cozy Cottage Book Club. That's how I discovered her. And it was really neat to ask her questions and talk to her. And it's like, how do you like having a name? You know, like people, do they ever, like, how is they don't confuse you, or did they, you know, how was it growing up, you know? And then Little House is about the frontier. Betsy Tacy is about the rise in urban populations of the same area. It's about best friends in that context from early childhood to young adult. Interesting. I've never heard of Betsy Tacy.
Me either.
Okay, friends. Well, I am so happy that we had this time together, and everybody seemed to knock out Power Hour today and got tons of gold stars. Very happy about that. And it seems like everybody has some good intentions for the week. So I hope everyone is able to get their intentions done. But remember, if for some reason you experience a stumbling block, pick yourself up, reach out to us, you know, on Discord, and ask if there is, you know, anybody that might have a suggestion about getting over that stumbling block. Maybe it's a call for you to pause and rethink doing that that certain intention at the moment, you know? So, I always kind of think to myself, maybe I should be doing something different instead of that at the moment, you know, kind of thing. Sometimes I think when you push, for me at least, I feel like sometimes if I try too hard to do something, that's when I do experience a stumbling block. Like it's like you're trying too hard and you don't need to either do it that way, or maybe this is not the right time to pursue it. Letting go is hard for my personality though. So I'm trying to get better about that. So Sock said the author is Maud Hart Lovelace. Thank you so much for being here, Alicia. Hope you all have a great rest of your weekend and week ahead. Same to you. And yes, to Betsy Tacey too. And thanks all. Thank you, Andy, for being here. Have a great week as well. Thank you so much, Sock, for being here. Thank you, Molly, for being here. See you on Someone's Sprints this week. Same. And thanks for another guest Saturday. Great Saturday morning. Have a great week, everyone. You too, Krista. We appreciate seeing you. And hopefully we'll see you on Sprints tomorrow. And Swank said, thanks for Sprint. Y'all have a good week. Same to you, Swank. Thank you so much, Shannon, for being here. Bye to all. Have a good week, all. Same to you, Jen. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Kat, Lori, Liz, and Jen from Eleanor. Thank you, Eleanor, for being here. Have a wonderful week ahead, and we will see you next week.
Bye.